Excited to everybody got me. Well, football season's here. This is always the kickoff of the season, and once you get to SEC Media Days, it's on us. So we're excited. I know our guys are excited to be here, and a lot of hard work's gone in over the last 235 days to get us to this point. And I know these guys are really anxious, excited as our staff is about getting this season started.
So Nick Telvin had Chucky with him.
Yeah, it goes back to in remembrance of his cousin that was killed about a year ago. And so that was one of the things that he takes with him everywhere he goes.
What about the three guys that are here and what they represent in terms of leadership for this team?
Well, obviously Sosa, talked about him. He's going to be pretty much on a lot of award lists, watch lists to start the season. Phenomenal leader, chose to come back and make the commitment of moving inside. He's changed his body, a leader of our football team, a graduate, a 4.0 student last semester. Just shows his dedication, and excited about him, excited about his future. Sosa is or Scooter, I should say, is a young man that is the leader of our team, a leader of our defense, and led the SEC in tackles last year. I'm going to graduate in December. Has had a tremendous offseason, recovering from the injury coming out of spring, and so really excited about where this football team is because of both Scooter and Sosa and their commitment to the leadership of our team moving into year two. And Devwah Whaley, the running back from Beaumont, going to graduate also in December. Has kind of battled a little bit of injuries along his career, but has rebounded really well this spring and summer, and has had a great summer, and is one of the reasons why I chose to bring him here.
Justice Hill mentioned he was going to meet with you. Have you met with him, and does he have a future playing for you?
I have not met with him outside of the spring when we met with him in the spring, but so that's where we're at right now. So I haven't spoken with him.
Chad, do you have a rough date on when you guys get on the grass inside the stadium, and what's it going to be like? Not having access for a while during camp, probably.
Yeah, well, we never really get out there until Saturdays. We'll go 2 Saturdays of scrimmaging, and then we usually do our Beanie Bowl prior to. So we're hoping we can get out there around we've got a former player barbecue that we always bring our former players back, and that's on the 17th. And so that'll be the night that we're excited, and hopefully we get a chance to get out on the field and scrimmage out there on that day. We hope we can on the 10th, but we'll see. We'll see how it is. We're excited about it, and our guys are excited about getting a grass field. Every day I jog over there and look at it, and I'm excited about it. I think it's going to bring back a lot of great traditions.
Well, what are the advantages of playing on grass?
Well, I don't know if it's so much advantages as when you're playing in the natural state, and you're able to go out, and there's nothing better, and it's a personal opinion, but there's nothing better than to go out on a great grass field on a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday evening that's manicured, that's painted up. You got the smell of the grass. I mean, it's just that's what college football is about.
Chad, you guys report, I think, August 1st. When's the first practice?
August 2nd.
August 2nd. So
yeah, that'll be the last day of spring, or our last day of our summer semester. And so we'll get on the field that afternoon.
What's the status with TJ Hammonds?
TJ is back, came back this summer, has been involved in summer workouts, and so he's on our team.
You have 2 scholarships left in the last class. I know you were trying to eye linebacker and cornerback. I don't know if that materialized. What do you plan to do with those last 2 slots?
Well, we're still never know what happens, so we'll hold on to those until probably well into fall camp and just see what takes place, and we'll go.
Getting TJ back, what kind of boost is that for your backs?
Well, I think more than anything, it's when TJ came back, it's a total different approach that TJ's had. His drive, his focus, his commitment level is at a whole nother level than what it was. So we'll see. We'll see what that does. I'm excited about Devwah Whaley. I'm extremely excited about Rakeem Boyd and Chase Hayden. I think that's a room that has a lot of experience. And
Chad, Catalan and Burks are guys coming off injuries, and you got a few more like Devwah and with his back and stuff. How are all those guys doing?
Doing really well. They've gone through all the summer workouts. that haven't been modified at all. They were fully recovered when we got here, when they arrived in early June. So these guys have done a great job just jumping in and getting involved in the player-led workouts, our skills and drills, our off-season program, our third and fourth quarter phase. So that hasn't been any.
What have you seen of the way Nick Starkel has jumped into the program?
Well, I've been extremely excited about that entire quarterback room in general, from the addition of Ben and the development of John Stephen Jones, the amount of reps he got this summer, and now adding Nick Starkel in, that was joined us the early part of June. His leadership, his confidence level, listening to our players talk that's been out on the field and with him and throwing, and I mean he demands a certain respect, he commands a leadership. And the ball definitely is electric when it comes out of his hands.
Any idea how many true freshmen are going to be counted on?
True freshmen that we're going to count on this year, we're going to have quite a few planned this year for us. We've got on our roster right now, we've got 52 either freshmen, redshirt freshmen, or walk-on freshmen. And I believe we have another 28 that are sophomores. So you can see this is a young football team. We're going to really rely on the leadership of our seniors. And that's why these three young men are here today.
Coach, you had to cross-train so many guys up front, O-line last year. How much better prepared do you think that group is this year going in?
Well, you know, it's a line of scrimmage league. We've said that. That was one of the main reasons that our focus was on the signing class of adding 7 D linemen, and I think we added another 6 O linemen. And so, you know, all of last year we played with 8 scholarship offensive linemen. That's what we had since, I guess, really in the spring ball of our first year. And now we'll be able to take in somewhere around 17 to 18 into camp. And of those, 15 to 16 of those guys being scholarship guys. I think what it does is it just gives us options. And we'll still cross-train a few of our guys, but it'll be more of, we're going to settle in. We've got a really good idea who our 5 or 6 guys are right now. A year ago this time we didn't. But you know, it gives us options.
Yeah, I remember when Jalen's on sign day, he spoke really highly of him as one of the best high school players in university. How do you think he'll respond coming off that surgery, and you still feel as good about him as you did then?
Yeah, talking to our players that have been out there with the workouts, they've been extremely impressed with not just Jalen, but the entire freshman class that has stepped on campus. I do anticipate Jalen being a part and helping us making an impact immediately. And so the transition from high school to college obviously is different. The learning curve, he's extremely intelligent, and so I think he's picked up, you know, through the course of summer and player-led workouts and meetings, he's picked up the defense quite well. And so we'll see how it goes, but I anticipate him being a part of this.
So would he be a safety, or I know he's very versatile?
Yeah, very versatile. A guy that you can move around. It could be some of maybe moving closer to the ball at times, a nickel back, a nickel Sam position. So we'll see.
So have there been any maybe position moves that have flown under the radar, whether it's a small shift or maybe a major move or anything?
You know, we moved Dalton Hyatt to a receiver. Doesn't mean that we couldn't move him back to quarterback, but a guy that's athletic, and so we anticipate and hopefully to see how that goes. It was something that he wanted, and we both talked about coming into summer. A guy that there's no reason why he can't be a 4-core guy on our special teams. And so that was my challenge to him, that he needs to find his niche, and we need to find it now. And so he's adapted well, and so we'll see how that goes. That's probably the main one. You know, Devion McClure, you know, taking Pluck and moving him from that nickel position into that will backer spot, which I think, you know, Chief is excited about that and how it fits his athleticism a little better.
So moving forward, do you expect Greg Brooks and maybe Catalon to be the guys competing at the nickel spot?
Yeah, like I was saying, I anticipate a lot of these freshmen are going to step on the field and play for us this year. And you know, with Greg getting here in January, I thought that it was very beneficial for him, and I anticipate him being a part of this. And the learning curve with Jalen and see where he's at coming out of fall camp. But I do anticipate these guys contributing.
Back to Dalton, when did that conversation take place exactly?
Yeah, we we have our end of year exit meetings after spring, and that was that's always a part of our honesty and our straight up meetings that we have with each other, with our players that I have, and just for guys and challenging guys for the summer, and that was one of the things. And he and I met on a couple of occasions, and he was excited about it.
Can you talk about the punter from Vandy?
Yeah, Sam Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam. Punting's been an issue for us. It's been a concern. It's been a big concern for us. We were not consistent in a lot of areas, and punting being a main area. And so we felt that we had to go out and bring in a veteran guy and create some competition, which I think will do that. I'm excited to watch these guys compete, though.
Chad, does he qualify immediately because, I guess, from a walk-on status, or because he sat out the last year, or how does that work?
No,
exactly?
he's immediately eligible.
Is that, you know what that's based on exactly?
You know, I'd have to go back and look at my notes, but
He's not a graduate, though.
No.
Okay.
Two more.
How much more comfortable do you feel year two and sort of the craziness of SEC media days?
Yeah, well, anytime you do something the second go around, you always feel more comfortable at it. I'm extremely more comfortable and more confident because we've all been together now for well over a year, and they understand what we've asked of them, and our staff understands each other. We've had one staff turnover this year, and bringing Kenny Ingram in has been a great addition to our staff, and so I think everybody feels more confident. I think you'll be excited when you talk to our three young men that we have here today and to see their confidence level. But we're excited. We're excited about the direction of this program and where we're heading. And as I've mentioned before, you know, we're building a program, and that's you have to go through some tough times, and we did that. And doesn't mean that tough times are not going to come our way again, but the way we respond is what matters most. And our guys, our young men and our staff have responded extremely well since the end of the season.
I'm sure you're aware of that social media post that came out a month ago, or a couple weeks ago. Just your thoughts on being criticized by a former player.
Yeah, you know, I put zero credibility into somebody that's going to put something anonymous out there. And you talk to our players, and you talk to our guys, and you walk into our locker room. I mean, you know, I'm putting no credibility into that.
Do you re-examine your player relationship status, though, based on that criticism?
Well, we always do that every year, and we go through and visit with our guys, and you know, our purpose is relationships. We've talked about that. We talk about it over and over. Our relationships with our players, relationships with our coaches. But that's something that's on the constant forefront of who we are.
Thanks, Coach.